welcome to another edition of What the Fuck, Happenings YouTube Atheist Community and Stickham Fun. Yeah, last night's Stickham was really pretty good. Lots of people for some reason, all kinds of special guests and celebrities and people I haven't seen in a long time, Gypsy Witch and somebody else, Paul's Ego, even Brett Keane, strange. Anyway, yeah, just lots of people, good stuff, right from the start, pretty good. Whatever, standard conversation, really. We just talked about how much to be serious is a bitch. Yeah, the whole night. That's all we talked about. Anyway, no, it really was almost sort of productive. A couple of newcomer people, I don't know who the hell they were, but some chick in the dark, just a voice in the dark. Good stuff. Piero was in the room. He wasn't participating much, and then his participation just came in the sense that he just kept defending, capitalizing, and giving ownership to, collectives and co-ops. He's really glued to this idea that somehow people need to own shit, I guess. And then he started bringing up the fucker who, invented PayPal, all they did was, there used to be with eBay, and they just figured out, oh, we can do this whole financial racket thing, and we have this already built-in audience for it, and then we'll just sell the whole thing out to eBay. And, it's all these just racketeers, the same kind of racketeers that invented YouTube, with the deliberate, willful intent of just creating something that something else would buy out, under the pretense that they're giving us free speech and creating a, broadcast yourself medium, and all they're doing is figuring out a way to make money. They don't fucking give a shit about anybody broadcasting themselves, that's for sure. Well, anyway, and I don't know why he has to keep defending, he defends jobs, and he just throws in these little capitalist examples of, well, look how this capitalist is, all so much good. No, fuck you. So I kicked him, and I really shouldn't have, but it was really wrong of me. But I just wasn't in the mood to hear it, especially from people who should be smarter than that and know that the bizarre 0.001% examples of a capitalist who isn't a fucking greedy whore who fucks workers and consumers, because there's one or two examples on planet Earth of capitalists who don't behave that way, that somehow I have to indulge in this conversation about, well, why don't we just go find some benevolent capitalists to feed us our porridge. Boy, I'm just so fucking sick of it. I mean, especially when I'm arguing for a very simple plan where we just make not-for-profits, where employees are paid a salary to do work. All right, they're not given shares, they're not doing ownership shit, they're not collecting benefits, they're not doing all this other crap. They're getting paid compensation for work, and consumers are getting a product at its fair price. Not its price with yachts and perks and celebrity chefs making everybody's lunch and all this other crap. Just really simple, basic. You hire people to run the company, you hire people to make the fucking product, you hire people to build the building, you pay for the fuel bill, simple shit. You just run the fucking goddamn business, for two entities, the workers and the consumers. They're the only things involved. Nothing else is involved, just a worker and consumer. Anyway. As soon as you make workers owners, they'll just turn into assholes. Anyway, I'm not going to re-explain it, but I just have no patience. None. So I did kick like 3 people. There was one chick, which was, I don't like to kick a chick out of the room, that's for sure. And she was hot and all that shit too, which was even more annoying, but she was just dumb as a stick. It's just that whole, well, just pretend life is good and it's good. It's all about some kind of how I'm adventuring through life is the story. Well, you just got poop in your pants, and so just clean the poop out of your pants and everything's just fine. Like somehow that's philosophy, is we're all just talking about how much poop is in our pants. No, it's not the subject. The subject is what is this fucking shit? Is it accomplishing anything? Is there a value equation here to be assessed? You know, what's being consumed and what's being produced? And what's the value of the stuff being consumed? And what's the value of the stuff being produced? I mean, fuck. This isn't that complicated. I mean, to even call that philosophy is to, you know, imply, you know, a level of sophistication required to understand that is almost idiotic. Because a Teletubby should be able to figure out this much. You know, if Teletubbies had to pay for their porridge, they could figure out, oh, I get it, okay? I give fur, they give me porridge. I don't want to give too much fur for my porridge. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah, it's re-pissing me off. This is too stupid. I shouldn't have to explain this shit. I mean, it's just basic logic. Value equation. Fuck. Anyway, what else? So yeah, it was a good night though. Paul's ego was in there. We talked about the doom and the gloom, the economy, all kinds of shit. And yeah, I forgot to turn the MP3 player on until I was already like an hour and a half or 2 hours in. But whatever. How many hours of that crap could somebody listen to anyway? Well, apparently people do. I don't get it exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't be there unless I was talking. I wouldn't be there. Anyway, yeah, probably not. Who knows? Unless I was there to watch me being there without me having to be there. Hopefully this wind isn't too much. Anyway, I think I'll go run. And I'll get back to this later. Yeah. Well, I'll throw in a free little bit. Professor Anton, he made some kind of video saying people aren't things, and apparently he took it down. So I would have liked to hear that argument. This is probably apparently reacting to the point I made in response to his video where I said, you know, that being in the thing category isn't much of a fucking accomplishment, because he was basically saying, look, we are, by existing, we're part of the whole universe, we're the whole everything, we're part of everything that ever was everything. And so what? I mean, really, what? How do I feed myself with that cupcake? Because I can't see how you eat it. Do I have to insert it vaginally? I mean, do I put it in a suppository to get it into me somehow? Because I really don't see how that's an edible piece of knowledge. I'm part of the maggot tree, the splendid rockery, the desert, the mucus in a lizard's eye. Who cares? I really don't want to be part of any of this shit. I'd rather just be left the fuck out of it. It's stupid. It's wet and dirty. Fuck it. Anyway. So I'll be back. Probably, if I don't die or something. Alright, I'm back. And such. Yeah, weeding day in the garden. Nice and pretty now. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I'm alone out here. Yes, it's all mine. Yay. But yeah, you know, this swimming pool. But little tadpoles in here, you know, they're all doomed. You know, they're going to do this little struggle to live thing. Just to never even get to do the frog thing. And even in, you know, the wild, you know, 99.9% of tadpoles never see frog. I mean, they never get there. They just do the tadpole thing. Which, you know, isn't that horrific, I guess. A little bit warped here. Yeah, that's a little... I warped at both ends. Interesting. I suppose I should try to fix that. Maybe I'll do that someday. Anyway, put it on the list. Yeah, where was I? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Stickam last night. Yeah, that was good. Bad that I kicked Piero. Good that there was lots of people. Yeah. So anyway, let's see other people's videos. Let's see what else is news in the atheist community thing, right? Oh, if I know. Yeah, Piero did have a big, long argument with hop to the gay guy. And it was really, just this obtuse, obscure argument about math and, whether you can prove, whatever, infinity or something, that there is no such thing as an infinite regression or some kind of shit. And you can't prove any of that shit anyway. So it's stupid. I don't think. Until you come up with a model of the universe that proves it, I don't think you're going to prove it with math. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That zombie picture show guy made some sort of video. I didn't make a response to it, but I'm almost feeling like it because it was annoying. I mean, most of it was just okay, whatever. The distinction between anti-natalist and what I am, because these people keep talking like they're anti-natalist because they want to, they're eugenicists. They want to discriminate on what kind of people reproduce or some other kind of crap. And that's not anti-natalism, in my opinion. The whole point of anti-natalism is due to the human extinction thing. And in my opinion, to do the human extinction thing and leave all the animals, all the other sentient creatures to fend for themselves for millions of more years is flatly and plainly idiotic. That's like all the smart people just leaving planet Earth and leave all the people with a below 100 IQ behind or something and just say tough shit. I mean, what the hell's that? That's bullshit. Or leave them in slavery even. The real game for sensitive creatures on Earth is happening out here. This is the sensitive creature game. It doesn't have human in it. Humans are just a tiny portion of the ouchie ooh that's going on. And I don't see anything else of value here, so it just doesn't make any sense to leave the bulk of the value in jeopardy. And then just say somehow you're going to take these, 0.0001% of the problem away. That doesn't fix the problem. Life is the problem. The replicating molecule is the problem. Because there's no structure to the survival mechanism. There's no rules to the game. It just creates monstrosities like great white sharks and tyrannosauruses. I mean, we have monuments in the fossil record to, horrific nastiness. Praying mantis, assassin beetles, all kinds of parasitic worms. Come on, it's a nasty business out there. These are little nasty machines being invented by nature. Brutal, cruel. Well, cruel's an editorial comment, so that's going too far. Unsympathetic, ignorant machines. So anyway, that's commentary. What else is on the list? Well, yeah, I did videos during the week, some pretty good ones, I think. I did waste like another hour on Bubba Big Mac, Brother Big Back, Bibba Buck Big Fuck, whatever the fuck he is. He's just such an obnoxious. He's just revealed himself to be just a useless sack of shit. Nothing to contribute, just playing some kind of dorky game on the internet. Yuck. Speaking of dorky game on the internet, somehow that reminds me of Karina. What the fuck? But anyway, I forgot to talk about her. Well, I don't know how to talk about her exactly. I mean, she's having another one of her sponsored trips in June, and she won't be visiting Mendham, so we won't reveal the secret reason why. But anyway, she is coming again in September to edit a documentary film. I think it's just going to be I won't even say what I think it's going to be. But I think the pussy atheists are going to have going to make a documentary film about how cool they are or something. So it'll be the Pussy Atheists, We're Cool, and We Know It film, or something like that, I don't know. Whatever. the other group of atheists, you know, that can't seem to talk about anything else but homosexuality and abortion. Speaking of abortion, that reminds me of Brett Keane again. I wonder why. Yeah, he sort of looks like an aborted fetus, a little bit, you know. Fat aborted fetus, one that really gorged while it was in the womb. So anyway, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Brett Keane is Brett Keane. Everybody will just really get over themselves. We've ridden that roller coaster, and we know how it works. And there's this, you know, it always pisses at the end. The roller coaster, you go down and right into a chute through full of piss, and you get piss all over you. And that's just the way it works. So, you don't like it, don't ride the coaster. What the fuck? Honking at me on your bicycle? It's obnoxious. It's a squeak-o-cycle. He needs new brakes. Anyway, where the fuck? Spring beauties. Yeah, these are beautiful little flowers. Look at those. Yeah. Zillions and zillions of them here. Whole path gets littered with them. Yeah, but you try to grow them in your garden, they don't do very well. But they're little bulb flowers. They have little bulbs in the ground there. And, yeah. No, they're just really nice. Well, I mean, they're not unnice. I guess they're not cruel and brutal and harsh. So, they're tolerable. Let's see, anyway, where was I? Squeaky bicycle man. Yeah. I still haven't gotten used to that helmet thing. It still looks so fucking gay. Yeah. I mean, I had a friend when I was a kid. He had some kind of brain defect, and they removed his skull or something. So I always had to wear a helmet. You know, it was just so fucked up because, you know, I was always wearing a helmet. Anyway, I mean, you were sympathetic, but it was still fucked up. You know what I mean? You know how kids are. You know, they suck. Anyway, sorry about the wind. I'll hold the camera over here. It might be better. Might be worse. I have to calculate. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna do all that triangulating. So what else is there to comment on? Chicks. Lots of chicks in the room last night. That was good. Yep. Excellent. Fantastic. Marvelous. Splendid. Yeah. What else? There's got to be something else that went on this week. This week in atheism. Oh, that gray guy. He made like 7 videos of me, of course. You know, edited videos of me. But yeah, some of them were quite good. Really is good when you know, distort my image a little, put some music in the background, kind of take the edge off. Yeah. It works for me anyway. And such. So, you know, post a link or something. It's a good channel. I mean, it's nice to consolidate some good points together and just have it as a little 2-minute video. Yeah, it's a good idea. I think. Constructive. So anyway, back to that zombie guy. Yeah, he said, you know, in his video, I was watching it, and I'm almost to the end. I just didn't finish it because he pissed me off. But he said something like I somehow suggested that lemmings are trying to commit suicide. I never suggested anything like that. I mean, it's just stupid. I said plainly they go insane. They go batshit crazy, and all they know is, I got to get away from that guy. I said those words. So again, if you're going to do response videos, it really would be a little polite to get your quotes right. To actually argue with people what people say, not what you think they said. I mean, that's just kind of bogus. No, it's not kind of bogus, it's incredibly bogus. And to tell you the truth, I really don't care what Schopenhauer said, I don't care what Einstein said, I don't care what anybody fucking said. That's not an argument. In an argument, there's no authority on this shit. You have to make the argument. I didn't need to read a book to find out life was stupid. All I had to do was start living life, and you start saying, this is stupid. Why do we do this? Why does that happen? Why is that? Why? You ask a few whys, get preposterously silly answers, and you say, oh yeah, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing here. This is completely idiotic. Everybody's just caught up in a game. The system owns everybody. Look at it. Why are we wearing clothes? Why are we doing all this shit? Because we're so fucked in the head. We have to carefully moderate our psychology. Because if certain things happen in certain situations, we'll get all disrupted. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's just stupid. We're completely psychotic basket cases psychologically. Just disgusting need machines. I don't need to read a book to figure that out. I don't need Schopenhauer to tell me. I don't need Morpheus or whatever the hell he was. I don't need any of that shit. Fuck you. Whatever. Obnoxious jackass. I really just... Ugh. Just too arrogant. Just make arguments. Don't cite your authoritarian... I've read all these books. And because I've read all these books, I'm an authority. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to actually logically understand the concept. And you can't even figure out the concept that feelings are something all mammals have, not just humans. Fuck not. Anyway. Oh dear. Silly people fishing. Fuck. Well, semi-retarded people. Hey, how you doing? So, anyway, yeah, I guess that's all. This is just not a great video again. Yeah, I'm a little bit off my stride. Such. I'm distracted. Lot to do. Just me to do it. Yeah, that's no good. Because I'm a loafer at heart. Yep. Never really was. In my whole life I was pretty good at making myself be in the game. I'd always find some kind of bullshit to work on. I was always scheming and conniving and trying to figure out how to do something and fixing something. And I've just lost all... I mean, my favorite activity now is sleeping. Yeah, there's nothing else I'd rather do. Yeah. Yep. With something to cuddle and such. A cuddable. Yes, sleeping with a cuddable. That's good enough for me forever. Fuck the rest of it. Anyway. I did the anyway thing again, right? Fuck that. I gotta stop it. Something in that tree. Anyway, yeah, it really is a bad habit. Get into these habits and they just own you for a while. Aren't you glad aren't you glad my habit isn't ornt? Yeah. Whatever. Where the hell was I? I tell you, Paul's Ego's in the room. Yeah, celebrity. He says he's not a celebrity, but he is. Christopher 7, that was the fucking one too. Yeah, he showed up. Haven't seen him in like 2 years or something, or more, or something. An outrageous amount of time. So he looked about the same. So apparently things didn't go horribly wrong. He survived okay. And so yeah, that was like old home week. It really was interesting. Really Gypsy Witch. It just really was interesting. Yeah, it was nice. It was just it was pleasant seeing the old gang again. That's another useful. Yeah, like, anyway, I did that song already, didn't I? The Anyway, song. Yeah, I ought to do a mix of that or something. Something anyway, There's a lot of words I use too much. Alright, this is stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, atheists suck. They don't do anything. How can I make a video when they don't do anything? Thunderfoot made another video saying, well, if you want me to do some more of these great videos about how great I am, you better donate to my site here, because I can't do it without your money. I mean, it's just amazing. I need all kinds of equipment to you know, follow Saturn and shit. And, you know, no, that's cheap. Or something like that. I don't know. I need to drive around stuff. You know, I need to, I don't know, I need to get to the liquor store, so you better pay me so I can get to the liquor store. I don't know, what the fuck? I mean, whatever, it's okay. Just saying. When was the last time you made a video you could give a shit about? Yeah, alright. For me, you know, I have to concede, I never found him all that charming. But, yeah, fuck. It's just superficial, idiotic drama videos and superficial, idiotic drama video. What else is there? I don't think there's anything else. We're cool. We're atheists. Smell our socks. Oh, it's around 3 o'clock. Hey, I could listen to the Magic Sandwich Show. Cool. Somebody is supposed to be on it. Oh, they're going to have those two religious nuts from the Reason rally. That Hovind guy and his buddy, buttfucker. Yeah. Oh, how super is that? Can't wait. Yeah. I think I could wait. Maybe I'll walk slower and I'll get home too late. It'd be too late. No, I don't think so, because I want to get home. Pooped. Yeah, I'm saying that all the time too. Say that too much too. Okay, fuck that. Alright. Lots of things off the list. Beautiful day though. Yeah, it really is a great day. Anyway. And such. Ooh, cardinal. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, it's Jason the chick. Yeah. Birds and the bees and such. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm living a rock's life. You know, not much happening here. But it's okay. Nothing is safe. That's my perspective on it. Nothing is the safe bet. I'd rather have the safe than the dangerous. Yep. That's right. Such. Yeah, I'd rather play it safe. It seems like a wise thing to do. That's right. Know anything else? I don't think so. Alright, so that's enough, sorry. Better next time, maybe, possibly, I don't know. You get what you get. And such. So forth and whatnot. Yeah, it was all free anyway, right? Don't have too much, forget-me-nots. Yeah, they're doing a little better. But I used to have millions of them. Millions and millions. This cover, everything covered. This stuff's really growing, this myrtle. It's taken over. That's very pretty. Wow. Oh, God, this stupid thing keeps falling off. That really is lovely. Alright, anyway, enough of video. Put the goo back on. Goo lens. Alright, until next time. Such.